Hello! For the next 6 days, we're towing our Airstream from home all the way to Florida. And here is the ironic part. We're driving to one of the hottest states in America to get our heater fixed. Because somehow, every Airstream dealership near us looked at this problem, tried to fix it, and we're still here. With an unreliable electrical system, no hot water, and a heater that apparently has chosen retirement. So instead of taking a nice, relaxing road trip across America, we're doing 5 nights on the road with an Airstream that may or may not turn on when we need it. This is either going to be a beautiful cross-country adventure or a very expensive way to prove how patient we are. 6 days, 5 nights, 2,400 miles. Let's go to Florida. Day 1 started with optimism, which in hindsight was probably our first mistake. We load up the Airstream, hook it up to the truck, and hit the road. The plan was simple: park, sleep, wake up, and keep moving. Except when we got there, the Airstream decided it has other plans. So we've been driving for 9 hours now, and we've gone about 500 miles on the first day. We're just trying to hit it hard the first few days because it's going to get more tiring the longer we're going to be on the road. We're calculating around 400 miles per day, which is 6 hours of driving, but if you're stopping for fuel and food, then it's going to become an 8 to 9 hours. Our first destination was Laramie, Wyoming. Nothing fancy tonight, just a truck stop.
Yeah, it's free.
Okay, thank you. There's this restaurant right across the parking lot, so we are just gonna come in here for, what is it now, dinner? The temperature is going to drop down to 45 degrees tonight here, so it's going to be cold and we don't have heater. So I'm hoping the further south that we go is going to be a little bit warmer. So we are at this truck stop tonight, and our battery won't turn on, or our Airstream won't turn on. Before we left, it was at 100% because it was charging in the hangar. This happened when we came home from Lake Powell also. So I think there's something wrong with our electrical. The bad news is that we won't have any power tonight. So there we were on night 1 of our 6-day cross-country trip, sitting in a broken Airstream wondering how we were already having problems on the very first night. And the best part, we still have more than 2,000 miles to go. Welcome to the road trip.
The next day.
This was pretty much where we stayed last night, and overall it's pretty quiet for a truck stop. Didn't have any issue until the Airstream started beeping this morning. I don't know, I think we're at our final straw. I don't think we could come back from this. After surviving our glamorous night at the truck stop, we headed east toward Lincoln, Nebraska. So foggy right now, you can barely even see the roads. I'm staying in the car because we are parked on the street just in case we need to move. The only time when I eat badly is when I'm on the road. It's just more convenient to stop at fast food to get a quick bite versus trying to make something in the morning, especially when your trailer is not working. So that's why we're stopping at McDonald's just to get some breakfast. I was hoping this is gonna be like an interesting video where I show you where you could stay pretty much for free for a whole week, but since we have a lot of issues with our Airstream right now, that's just not possible for us because we kind of need a good night rest, especially if we're driving 8 to 10 hours a day. Tonight we were upgrading. We actually had a campsite, a state park, trees, space, a real place to park. And honestly, after night 1, it felt like a luxury. At this point, we were officially on a cross-country road trip without reliable electricity and without reliable heat. And somehow we're still headed to Florida. This is our campground for the night. Let's see what's going on with the Airstream. So I set it off when we were traveling. See if I can turn it on now that it's hooked up power. It is turning on. Audi still blinking. Okay, onboard mode. And it's not turning on. So the Airstream just shut off again. So it's like cycling through this loop right now. And now it shuts off again. It just, I don't know. We're on solar power of 50 amps, so I don't know why it's still doing this. This is gonna be a long night. Normally when you stop for the night, you relax, you plug in, you turn things on, you get warm, you make dinner, you go to bed. But when your RV has been randomly losing power, every stop becomes a question. Is everything going to work tonight? Today is day 3 on the road, and this is when you're gonna start feeling the road fatigue. Power is showing 100, water is 91.2. Setting the Airstream on away mode, and everything should shut off except for the refrigerator. By day 3, the road trip was starting to feel less like a vacation and more like a mission. Drive, stop for fuel, check the Airstream, hope everything still works, repeat. I recommend just trying to do your best the first 2 days. Go as far as you're physically able to, because 3rd, 4th, and 5th is gonna get harder and harder. These are the places where we typically stop to get breakfast, drinks in the morning before we head out, gas also. So I really like these special gas stations. Our destination for the night was St. Peter's, Tennessee. And after hundreds of miles behind the wheel, this is when reality of traveling with a broken RV really starts to sink in. When your house on wheels isn't working properly, you can't exactly leave the problem behind. It follows you every single mile. Okay, not turning on again. Frustrating.
The next day.
Good morning. So today is day 4. By this point, we're just trying to make it to the next day. Like the previous night, we don't unhook because it doesn't take much to get going in the morning if you don't unhook from the truck. This is a really nice campground, and I wish we were here for more than a night. But sometimes when you're traveling like this, you just can't afford to stay an extra night. The way that we've been booking campgrounds is kind of book the day of because we're just not sure where we want to stop, which is kind of bad because if you're in a popular areas like the bigger cities, it might be a little bit more difficult to book the day of. We got lucky yesterday. There was one spot left and it was a Saturday on the lake. All the nicer campground will be booked. It's not everyone kind of travel the way we do. We're pretty spontaneous and we don't like to plan way ahead because our plans are always changing every single day, every hour actually. Day 4 brought us to Manchester, Tennessee, and by now we were getting pretty good at this whole broken Airstream lifestyle. You learn to adapt, you learn what you can and can't use, and you start checking the battery before checking the weather. And you stop asking, why isn't this working? Okay, moment of truth. Lights are on. Power showing 100. Turning on the AC. Another thing we have to turn on because we're not on city water is the water pump. So now we have water. This is another thing that we always have to deal with. It's just amazing that they can't figure out a way to have this not come out every single time you move the trailer.
The trip was supposed to be a straightforward drive to Florida. Instead, every day becomes its own little adventure. And that's the frustrating part about RV life. People see the beautiful campsites, the sunsets, the freedom of waking up somewhere new. And don't get me wrong, those moments are amazing. But sometimes RV life is also troubleshooting an electrical system in the middle of nowhere and wondering why a $200,000 trailer can't reliably turn on. It was at this moment that she knew there's no going back.
The next morning.
Today is day 5. So if you ever have a relationship problem, instead of like a counseling, just rent a broken trailer for like a week and then you find out really fast if you want to stay with that person or not. We are saying goodbye to this campground. It's actually a very nice campground, except we couldn't get starlit because it's so shaded, but it's really beautiful. When we're in a rush to go somewhere like this, we're kind of missing out on a lot of things because chances are we probably never will come back this way ever again. I kind of don't want to be on the road for 2 weeks with a broken trailer, but I just wish that we had more time in these places to just kind of enjoy our environment, minus the crazy noise over there. Final destination moment right there. Prices are really cheap for the amount of food that you get. We're driving through Atlanta, Georgia right now. The downside of going on a weekday is that there might be rush hours, so just plan your time on the road accordingly. By day 5, we finally made it to Georgia. And after nearly 5 days of driving, we were getting close. One more night, one more push, and then hopefully answers. At this point, the trip had become a countdown, not a vacation, not to relax, but to finally getting this Airstream fixed. So this is our spot for tonight, and I got it right next to the shower and restroom. Okay, so the Airstream been turning on when we're hooked up to power, but once we unplug, all the powers shuts down. AC, nice. And I have to say, there is something slightly ridiculous about driving toward hotter and hotter weather while knowing the entire reason you're making this trip is because your heater doesn't work. Like, of all the places to go to fix a heating problem, Florida isn't exactly the obvious choice. But here we are. I just have this little caddy that have all of my things too, so it'd be easy to take it from the Airstream to the shower. Still watching? Thank you. A quick like and subscribe really helps me keep creating.
The next day.
Today is day 6 and our last day on the road. And these are all the stuff that we need fixing in this Airstream. It's a long list, but we have one more day and then we're done, hopefully. This is a new discovery for us. There's water leaking in here, but that's really disturbing.
6 days after leaving home, we finally made it to Lakeland, Florida, all to bring our Airstream somewhere that we hope can finally fix what everyone else couldn't. And honestly, this trip perfectly sums up RV life. Sometimes it's waking up next to the lake, and sometimes it's driving across the entire country because your heater is acting possessed and your electrical system refuses to work when you need it most. But despite all the frustration, there's something kind of crazy about looking back to where we started. 6 days ago, we left home with a broken Airstream with a very questionable plan. And somehow we made it. Now the real question is, can they actually fix it? Okay, it's not beeping on me, so that's good. Wow, that's the first time that it hasn't acted up on this trip. We're gonna have both AC running. We are finally in Florida. So this trip is coming to an end, and tomorrow we're bringing this Airstream to Chuma to get it looked at. So finger crossed that everything will go well. Thank you for staying till the end of this video. I know it's a long video, but it's long for us too. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. Until next time.